Guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, it is so great to see you. And friend, if we were to jump in the Wayback Machine, we would discover that my very first full-frame camera, the first full-frame camera, was indeed the Nikon D600, which came out in 2008. Then in 2012, I upgraded to the Nikon D800, which came out in March of that year. Well, later that same year, in September, Nikon released this guy right here, the D600. Now, I like the D800 a lot. Actually, I love that camera. But if I'm being honest, had the D600 came out first, I might have gone with this thing instead. Anyway, the point is, I have a long history with Nikon. The question that I'm seeking to answer today is the D600 still a good camera in 2021? But before we get to that topic, do you want to know what all these people have in common? They liked this video. And when you like this video, you'll instantly feel better about yourself, and you're going to look and feel younger as well. I might have to get back to you on that. I'm not sure where I was going with that, but I'm going to own it. Anyways, look, if you hit that like button down below, it would be much appreciated, because what's going to happen is when you hit the like button, it tells YouTube's algorithm that this video was helpful. Then YouTube's going to share this video with more people, which gets more people aware of the channel and helps us grow. So, my friend, I really appreciate your support. That said, pull up a seat in, let's go. First things first, let's discuss some of the specs and features of this camera. Okay, starting off with a 24.3 megapixel full frame sensor, which is still plenty of resolution nearly a decade later. You had X-Speed 3 image sensor, which is what the D800 had. Electronically controlled focal plane shutter with speeds up to 1/4000 seconds down to 1/30th of a second. Now you have the Nikon Multicam 4800 autofocus sensor module. Now, this had 39 autofocus points, including 9 cross-type sensors. You have 5.5 frames per second continuous shooting, -5 to +5 exposure compensation in increments of 1/2 and 1/3 EV. You had ISO range from 100 to 6400, and this is expandable up to 50 to 25,600. Full 1080p HD video up to 30 frames per second. Now you have H.265 MPEG-4 advanced video coding, and there's also a headphone jack in here as well. You had a 3.2-inch fixed LCD with 921,000 dots of resolution. You have dual SD card slots. Now the second, which can be used for backup storage or for separate storage of image copies using NEF plus JPEG setting. And of course, all this is in a weathered sealed body. The dimensions are 5.6 by 4.4 by 3.2 inches in size. Now this thing is 1 pound 14 ounces. Now this is with the battery and memory card installed. Now the original price, you may recall, was $2,099, which made it one of the most affordable full frame cameras on the market at the time. So obviously these aren't specs that you would associate with a solid mid-range or professional DSLR in 2021. However, back in 2012, the D600 really packed a punch, and for all of you that are looking for a affordable used full-frame camera today, this is a great option. Let's explore why. First off, the 24.3 megapixel sensor still hits way above its weight class. In fact, I'd say the image quality with this nearly decade-old sensor is better than many entry-level cameras and some enthusiast-level DSLRs today. Images are crisp and clean with good color accuracy, nice dynamic range with good detail in the highlights and shadows, and there's great depth of definition of the scene as well. Now, even at ISO 6400, you get images that don't really show a lot of noise. And up to 1600, you really don't see any noise at all. Now, the autofocus system is pretty fast and accurate, though come on, let's be real, it only has 39 autofocus points, all of which are in the center of the frame. Now this isn't a big deal for me since I shoot mostly landscapes, but those of you that shoot sports or wildlife, the D600's autofocus system might not be the best. Now, as good as this camera is for still photography, it's pretty bad when it comes to videography. Now, of course, since it was released back in 2012, it's not like we can expect to shoot 8K video. For the time, 1080 HD was perfectly acceptable, but if you're looking for a camera that you can use to capture high quality 4K videos and stills in 2021, this unfortunately is not the camera. Now the 3.2-inch LCD offers really good colors, contrast, sharpness, but again, it lacks modern features that we expect, like touchscreen capabilities and the ability to flip up or down or out to the side. But for viewing the menu system or inspecting shots that you take, this is more than adequate. Now, as a former longtime Nikon guy, I can really appreciate the handling the D600 offers. It really feels familiar with the great button layout that's intuitive and the grip that really feels nice in the hand. Now, as many of you know, I've been shooting with mirrorless cameras for a long time now, so honestly, I kind of forgot how great a big chunky DSLR grip is. The ergonomics of this is simply fantastic. Now you get a quick response with this camera as well. For example, to change the ISO, you simply hold one button down and you turn the dial. The same process will enable you to change the white balance, the image size, metering mode, to name a few. It's really a great workflow that enables you to change your settings on the fly without really messing around with diving into lengthy menu systems. In other words, if you've shot with a Nikon DX or FX DSLRs before, you're going to feel right at home with the D600. Now, this is not a huge or heavy camera by any means, but it isn't exactly a small compact camera. You can really see the size difference between the D600 and my EOS R5. The D600, this thing looks big, but it really has more to do with the R5's smallness rather than the D600's bigness. So don't let the size and weight scare you off. It truly isn't that big and bulky, especially when you compare this to my old Nikon D850. Now that thing was a big camera. So up until this point, there's been a lot of positives about this camera and a couple nitpicking things like the video quality that you should be aware of if you're going to buy this camera in 2021. But the worst thing about the D600 was all the problems with the shutter back in the day. Now you might recall that there was a major issue in which the shutter mechanics caused a buildup of dust and oil on the image sensor. Now to address this, Nikon offered free cleaning and shutter replacement for D600 owners, even if the camera was out of warranty. Now that service ended in 2020. However, don't let the shutter issue scare you off. It's likely that any sort of D600 that you buy on the used market today, that problem has been fixed. Nikon also introduced the D610 as a replacement about a year after the D600 came out. Now the D610 and the D600 are virtually identical, apart from the fact that the D600 didn't have the same shutter mechanic problem that this one had. So really, either camera is a good option for a beginner or enthusiast photographers. Heck, even a pro photographer would want a solid second, or have this for a second body. So there you have it, guys. The D600 might be a little bit old, but it is still a great buy in 2021 and should serve you well for years to come. Let's wrap up this video by talking about our current giveaway. Here are the prizes that are available: the Holdfast Gear Romographer luxurious camera bag, the Pilot Fly Atom Q RX1 Lite, and of course, the $100 Adorama gift card. As always, entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So get watching some of our other videos and, my friend, leave some comments. Step 3, register on PhotographyTalk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you registered on the site during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win. But as I keep saying, swing on by, say hello. We would love to see you. That's it. Now, for complete details on the giveaway or how to register on PhotographyTalk, check out the description below. Good luck. All right, guys, that's it for today on the D600. This was, it's fun going back to these older cameras, especially we did the Canon last time and we did the old Nikon. This is hitting it home for me, a little bit closer to home because for obvious reasons. This is close to that D700 that was just an absolute workhorse for me. It is still a workhorse for many people today. Matter of fact, I think we might do the D700 here in the next month or so. But anyway, guys, it's that time of the video where I'm going to ask you if this video is helpful. If you were mildly entertained, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. If you are currently not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button so therefore you're part of our family. And while you're at it, smash, kick that bell so therefore you're notified each time that we come out with a new video. My friend, I'm going to be jumping out of the office here, so you get out there, stay healthy, and create your best shot.